Hello and welcome back to Direct Strike Commanders, where today we jump right into the weekly brawl. And today's weekly brawl is it's kind of a mess, so we're just gonna take it slow and go down the line one thing at a time. So we have a regular, well, Commander's Brawl here. I'm playing as the Nova Commander. I've just gone random and landed on Nova, which I am very much okay with. And we'll go top down. So the first thing is that the middle control income bonus is removed. That means, yes, I built a unit. Yes, he's going across the field, but, well, it doesn't make that much of a difference. I'm not going to gain any extra income for it being on the other side, or in this case, stuck shooting a pylon here. The other bonus, or the other modification, is that Allied Force will construct a base as you advance. As you can tell, there's already a lot of things happening. In fact, the enemy team is building pylons on our side, which is causing my Nova to be all distracted and stuff, which is, you know, it's there. And the third thing that makes this a real mess is the existence of mercenaries, so that we may purchase single-use mercenary units. That's this guy right here. In fact, let me go ahead and move him over here so he's out of the way. I can give him a hotkey. And the way this unit works is that we can actually purchase these hybrid units, and they will disappear after they are spawned once. So say I were to purchase this hybrid destroyer, I put it down, it's a pretty vanilla hybrid destroyer, it doesn't do anything particularly dangerous. And then it will spawn, and as it spawns it gives me 35 minerals. So for example, I'll put this down here. And then when he's actually spawned onto this platform and marches across the field, then, well, he's going to disappear off of my spawning platform here. And he's gone forever. So that's how that works. Let me just go ahead and increase this. And as you notice, we can't just spam them out. There's a energy cost associated with each one of them, and the energy cost can be upgraded here. So I want to get this to level 3 as soon as possible, and then to start saving up for getting a bunch of hybrid behemoths, because getting 4 of them at once is kind of disgusting. It's a quick way of pushing most of the way across the map and or winning instantly, so I'm gonna save that for my finisher. Although it is possible, if you guys notice, that each one of these grants minerals, so it's pretty easy to just start spamming these out and getting extra mineral income out of it, almost like an extra gas, which is really cool. Not gonna be doing that. Maybe we can redo that using the extra income method, but I prefer being able to actually end the game than just kind of hoping to out economy the enemies, especially when there's no middle income bonus. So just owning the middle for a long time doesn't help anything. So the idea here is I kind of want to be as greedy as possible without actually well, losing the game, which is, you know, that's something I'm quite experienced with. Now, honestly, it looks like there's not a whole lot of mess going on, because the opponents are doing the same thing. So I'm not gonna try investing into much in terms of unit composition. I just want to build up my economy and prepare to counter whatever they do. Although, it does appear that they are getting greedy enough that it's actually going to be a little bit of a concern for them. That we could just push across and take out their turrets, which could be really nice. And we've already got enough units on the field that we've pretty much cleaned up all the pylons and such that have expanded past that middle area. And if we get this bunker down, that would be nice. Added benefit. It looks like the SCV that was building it got eliminated, but there's another one, Allied SCV, around here. How he's gonna go? Oh, it's a tempest. Okay. I am against tempests. Okay. Oh, if you guys notice, yes, these units, these structures actually work. This one's building Hellions. These build Marines. I don't remember what the starport builds, if it builds anything at all. So I need to deal with tempests, which is not too difficult. Just get a bunch of these guys out. If he's gonna get that high in the tech tree and do nothing but tempest, I'm just gonna hard counter it really very hard. Let's go ahead and get these two just to get the range on them. And then I'm also gonna get a bunch of Marines, because I don't want him going mirages and lifting all of my dudes into non-existence. Ooh, they did get units into it. Nice. Come on. No, it's not gonna live. Oh well. It tried. It tried. We'll be fine. Let's go ahead and get these third gas here. I do need to be careful that these doesn't stack out of control, because tempests are very good at doing exactly that. Let's see, there's one tempest, and how many tempests is he gonna spawn this time around? Oh, come on. Take it out, please. Thank you. So 2 tempests this time. 2 glass versus 2 tempests. Who wins? Apparently the Goliaths, because the Goliaths are kind of strong, and they also lock down whatever they shoot at. At least Nova Goliaths do, so that's going to change things up a little bit. Ooh, that immortal. That is actually an immortal spawned by this robotics facility that just kind of cleaned up my wave. So you guys can see it's kind of good to have those things on your team to be able to suppress the enemy enough that they can keep things like the robotics facilities alive. And that will not be convenient for me to have to deal with that. Am I going to get another one of these down in time? No, I will not. That's unfortunate. I only have 2 again for this wave. So, you know, fine. Why is the SCV running? You know what? It's fine. There's a lot of things going on. I actually like the idea of going for swarm hosts this early, because they act as siege units and they're just going to keep doing their siege thing. I would rather just walk across the field and blow up as much as possible. This immortal, I want this robotics facility gone. I really do. Come on. Oh, Widow Mines. They're timing out because they've been alive for too long. Okay, so I'm gonna have to deal with Mass Widow Mine as well, which is gonna be a little bit difficult to deal with, notably because I am Nova and don't have a whole lot of units that I can kind of scatter about. But I think it's something I can manage. Let's go ahead and get up a couple more Goliaths. I think I'm gonna want to start investing into a little bit more of a frontline as well. Probably something like Marines. Well, if I go Marines, then they work well versus the Purifier Tempest and things like that. Immortal. They won't work well versus the Widow Mines, which are gonna be in the way at some points, which is gonna be a problem. I don't want to go Ghosts. As fun as Ghosts are, there's not a whole lot of biological units for me to snipe down, and these Tempests are really starting to stack. I don't have air superiority units. The Raid Liberator definitely does not count as an air superiority unit, and I think that there's just enough Tempests that I'm gonna have to invest into Marines for as well as the my Goliaths are doing. I need to have something that isn't armored on the front line that can also shoot up to deal with the Tempests, and ooh dear. Here am I. Right, so this is fine. Teammates Immortals coming in to clean up the mines. We still have detection on the fields. Alright, this is good. Please take care of the robotics facility. No, they're not going to do it. The buildings won't be targeted down for so long as there is something that can shoot in range or within line of sight. So the things like the robotics facility will just keep spawning Immortals for a while. Let's go ahead and get a bunch of Marines in front. Yeah. They will all spawn for next wave, and then things will be a little bit different, a lot more powerful. Let's go ahead and get the +1 range on them, as well as the stim pack / heal. That'll help out. Help out a lot. I forget how much range the Widow Mines have. I think these Marines with these range upgrade, which they don't have just yet, they will get up to 6 range, which I think outranges the Widow Mines, I think. I'm not actually sure. But if it does, that would be great. Oh yeah, all these Hellions. Hellions with their anti-armored, specifically Haunted Horner Hellions with their anti-armored attack will very much so be countered by my Marines, which is really good for me. I don't know if these Hellbat Rangers are ever going to live long enough. Suppose we'll find out. Let's go ahead and get weapons level 1 there, and weapons level 1 for my vehicles as well, just to get some extra damage output. I'm probably going to want to get some armor upgrades for my... Ooh, this is a problem. They're sending out double Hybrid Behemoth. That's going to push real far and deal a lot of damage to our wave. Yeah, that's not ideal. Not ideal at all. Ooh, dear. I don't think they're going to actually... Yeah, they're not going to actually break our bunker here just yet, but that cleaned up our wave and let their wave stack. So if we don't have something... Carrix might be able to use a solar beam to clear out these Tempests, but it's going to be something that I have to keep in mind. Just go ahead and get some more Marines down. Go. The wave I'm facing doesn't have a whole lot of anti-swarm, a lot of splash damage, so I should be okay with a lot of Marines here. The only thing I have to worry about are these Hellbat Rangers, and they won't be alive. Go. Let's start burning all of this down. Looks like teammate Carrix came in with a solar beam, cleaned everything up, and then we'll be over here to clean up these purifier tempests. There we go. I can't tell if that Widow Mine was outranged or just didn't have an opportunity to fire, but yeah, it didn't fire, and that's what I wanted to see. Okay, so we need a lot more units here, just more beef. Luckily, we've got a lot of economy to work with it. Now, I can get another refinery right now, but I think I just want to focus on not dying by getting a Strike Goliath here. Then get an upgrade here and a refinery. Yep. That should do it. We got the +1 armor on the Marines. These don't come... Yeah, these Marines, despite being elite, do not come with +1 armor, which is for the best. Now my wave comes out. Clean up the Hellbats Rangers, and clean up the Nova wave. Go. Oh dear, please clean this up quickly. Jeez. And now we push on to the Tempest wave. With the Dragoon backup. Ooh, Dragoon backup. If I mix in some Marauders into that mix, that should help clean up these Dragoons. Dragoons also work well versus Marauders, but Marauders, they're quite powerful, at least out of Nova anyways. Do they not have detection? I don't know if they have detection here. My Nova's not dying. Which is good for me. Oh, no, they have detection now. And it's gone. Bye, Nova. It'll be missed. So I need something like the Holo decoy, I think, to help stop those Dragoons from being a thing. Because the Holo decoy is not armored, and it can just kind of walk up and face tank the Dragoons for a while. It won't be targeted down by the Purifier Tempest because it doesn't have an air attack. So the Dragoons will target it, the Tempest will not, and my Marines will have free range to deal all the damage they need to deal. And it will be beautiful. You know, after we clear through the Nova wave, which is clearly not that big of an issue. Come on. Goliaths, I need you to keep taking down these Tempests. I realize you're being shot at by the Dragoons, but I need you to take down the Tempests. Oh dear. 2 Tempests survive. We've got 2 Mirages versus 2 Tempests. Well, okay, that was fast. Oh, no, there's 2 more down here. And the Mirages are blowing them up anyways. Bye. 3 Mirages. Those things take so much damage. Right, let's go ahead and put you down here. I line it up back here because despite it being a tanky unit, it does have a dash ability, which it kind of acts like a teleport. So when it gets within range of units, it will dash forward. I put it there specifically so that it dashes forward and starts tanking at about the same time as my DPS units start dealing their damage. That way the Holo decoy doesn't get too far ahead and then die before it has an opportunity to tank for it. It would appear that the Nova wave has a little bit more DPS now and has blown down my tank wave, and they also have heavy siege tanks, which is going to take out my Marines and my everything else, because heavy siege tanks hurt a lot and it's really bad, and we really need to not stop letting them stack like this. It's not going to be good. So if I get a little bit more tankiness here, we should be able to push on through without too much of an issue. My wave's got a decent amount of DPS, so what's going on here? It looks like their Han and Horner is just completely obliterating the Carrix, which is not good. I imagine it's also obliterating the Dahaka, because this Dahaka is going for a lot of siege units in the back line. It won't start actually dealing much damage until later. Also, his main line revolves around a lot of units that get very close together and will die horribly to Widow Mines. Alright, well, I suppose we know what's happening here. Okay, so will my Holo decoys do enough tankiness this time? No, they will not. Oh well. Now my Marines get eaten by the siege tanks. And now the Tempests are actually going to survive in fairly significant numbers. This is bad, guys. This is really bad. Let's try to keep pushing out. Well, at least the Annihilators can clean up everything on the ground and clean up the siege tanks. Clean up the siege tank. Yes, thank you. Oh, those Widow Mines. Those Widow Mines. Alright, we are not going to be controlling the air anytime soon. Between the Deimos Vikings and the Purifier Tempests. Actually, if he goes mass... What is it called? Mass Mirage, he might be able to do it. we go. 2 more Holo decoys. Solve that tankiness issue, maybe? Probably not. But, you know, we'll try for it. Let's see, what is our... Okay, so once we get to 2,500... Are we gonna lose our bunker here? I think we're gonna lose our bunker here. It's super close to being hit a lot. Nope. Alright, we're good. Why does it show... Oh! I'm looking at the HP bar of the creeper host. Okay. So now, we're still losing. But let's go ahead and get these guys down. I'll put them 2 on each side. And then 1 in the middle. Right back here for a slight delay. And this will provide tankiness. We just got a lot of bonus income out of this. Let's go ahead and add you here. Get +1 armor on everyone. Infantry weapons. And then another Holo decoy. Let's put him there for now, but I'm gonna move him to the side once these guys go away. Alright, things are looking a little bit better. We've managed to push them off, break their line. There we go. Much better. Now the Nova is gone. We won't have to deal with too much siege tank action. And I should be able to come to clear up the rest of this wave. Also, we have 5 giant behemoths that are going to walk across the field and absolutely obliterate everything. Yes, let's go. 1 push. They pushed us back so very hard. Let's return the favor now, shall we? Goodbye, all of you horrific tempests, and all of you Deimos Vikings are going to be slaughtered by getting punched, which is quite enjoyable. There goes their turret. Oh, the reversal of fortune feels so very good. Yes. Blow these Vikings out of the sky, please. Thank you. Alright, so we're almost sitting on 1,000 minerals. Let's get a couple more of these guys. Toss you over here. I get 1 more before it starts? Yes, I can. Nice. All the way edge. Okay, so that'll be a lot of Holo decoys. Next up, I want to get a beefier line of strike glass to help deal with the aircraft here. Also, I do need to get something that's a bit more anti-armored on the ground. As good as the Holo decoys do, these are hostile behemoths. Ooh, these are gonna do a lot of work. As good as the Holo decoys are for anti-grounds, I want to get something that's ranged, so they don't stack up like this. I mean, the Holo decoys deal 100 damage per hit, so it's gonna just cleave through things like the Dragoons. But, it does mean that they're melee units and all stacked together, so it's gonna be a rough time. Yeah, we didn't... we cleared out the behemoths, but it wasn't enough to clear out the Dragoons, or to clear out all the wave before the rest of the damage output showed up. Oh dear. Okay, so let me get 1 more Holo decoy. I like the Holo decoys, guys. The spamming them out works so well. But we do need to get some serious defense behind, or serious ranged damage up behind this. Alright. I think, honestly, the Purifier Tempests, we can clean them up, but... Oh dear. Yeah, this unit's expiring! All of that AoE splashing down on top of our Holo decoys. Come on, shoot up! Up! Stop shooting the ground. Okay, that's fine. Alright, this is bad. It's a lot of tempests. I don't want to invest in a Raven, although the Secret Missile would be kind of okay here. Namely, don't want to invest into the Raven because there's a lot of these Vikings, and also the Purified Tempest will just kind of blow it away real quickly. I'm not even convinced it will be able to get off its abilities. It will try... Uh-oh. It's being targeted down, which is bad, because Tempests... Very difficult to make them lose track, and it's gone. Okay, this is bad. Let's get some more of these guys going. Can I get 1 more? Let's get 1 more. So I got a full line of glass. They're doing good work. Looks like we've kind of broken them. Kinda. Slicing through all the things. Go, deal the damage. Their splash damage is gone. Now all we're gonna do is deal with their tempests. Yeah, I need a lot more marines, it looks like. Oh, at least these guys are still here. That one was still there. Right, if I can get a lot more marines to do some tanking tanking for the glass in the back, then should be okay. And then we can augment that with some marauders in front of the Marines at some point to help deal with the Dragoons. So the Dragoons are not that big of a threat. Most of the time they're not even surviving, and the 2 or 3 that survive are, not that big a deal. Now, it may be worth investing into a Ghost or 2 to get out some EMPs. We can get EMPs across the Protoss wave that will help deal massive amounts of damage, which is always good. Good for us anyways. Not so good for them, very good for us. Our wave's already spawned, so let's just get some bonus damage out of this. I hear there's sniping going around and it's not ideal. But you know, it's what it is. Please take out the siege tank. Please take out the siege tank. They've got more of these behemoths. At least they're not stacking them up too well, so it's not that big a deal. We can deal with it, and they have no detection. So now our Nova will simply exist for until this Raven shows up, and suddenly Nova's HP will disappear pretty instantly. Bye, Nova. You'll be missed. All right. The chaos. It's like the 4th of July, just all the explosions coming in from the Widow Mines. It's kind of brutal. Let's go ahead and put down more Marines. The upgrades. There we go. We're almost ready for Tier 4. Like, if you guys haven't noticed, the existence of additional buildings in the way of everything is kind of slowing the match down. I suppose that's not a big surprise, but it does mean that this match can be a little bit longer than most. We really need to get these siege units going. I'm not convinced I should build siege tanks, because I'm facing off against Tempest, which will absolutely clean up all the siege tanks in the world. Alright. Oh dear. Come on. Oh dear. Here comes another one of those active abilities. Jeez. I need to be able to do better versus my wave here. And what is something that can help? A couple ghosts perhaps for the EMP would probably help quite well. They don't have much in the way of detection, so Covert Banshee or a few might help against the Dragoons. Let's try getting some EMP into the mix. Start it one at a time. They don't have any biological, at least not in the... I'll get the triple tap anyways, because we do face off against some biological here in the Nova, as we always have to clean up Nova before moving on, but we're not expecting to use it much. All that splash damage. All that splash damage. It's so real. Clean it all up, please. Come on, come on. Oh dear. Yeah, once our front line of Marines dies, it's just Goliath. They don't make it. Alright, one more for the EMP, and then more Marines, and we're just gonna be mass Marine here, guys. That seems to be the answer. The other thing that we can get, which I've mentioned a couple times, is Marauders, but the Marauders don't shoot up, and I do want something that shoots up. That and the Marauders are also take extra damage from their Immortals and the Dragoons. So yeah. Come on, Tahaka. Stack those hosts. Oh, this is bad. And we don't have the turret here to protect the hosts. Here am I. Alright. Hey. That was a lot of snipe, and that was a lot of cleaning up my Marines. Ooh, boy. Here am I. This is not good. Let's see. If I were to get some Hellbats in here, they would tank quite well. They don't have any anti-light, but I do need this to the stun. They would tank very well, and they would also keep my Marines alive a little bit longer, which I think may be what we need. Jeez, come on, Dahaka. You have left yourself in a puddle of red. That's unfortunate. Let's get one more of these guys. Here we go. Uh-oh. Come on. Get him off. Get him off. Get him off. Dear oh my. We pushed him off for the moment, but those Tempests are going to come in. Oh, nope. Looks like Nova's just going to come in. Here. Here. Come on. Oh, these hybrid destroyers. Oh, this is so close, guys, but I don't think we're going to make this one. No. No! Alright guys, this has been a long one, and this has been the weekly brawl. As you guys can see, it gets real messy, real quick, and there's a lot that goes into this one. If you guys liked what you saw, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we got more of these coming out every day. But for now, I'll see you guys later.